But today, I got a copyright strike on this channel for the first time. Yeah, what a shocker. Because the thing is, most of the use of music that I do is fair use. Like normally I'm singing to it, which I think is very obviously fair use, but some take some artistic liberties. As in they completely ignore this law and just strike my video. Great. Problem with that is, if they do it enough times, people are going to take notice. And when that happens, they're opening themselves up to lawsuits. So what the hell video am I talking about? What was taken down? Well, about, I don't know, 3 or 4, maybe 2 weeks ago, I don't really remember. And I can't even go to the video because the video's, taken down. I had a video called Mic Testing with like 3 question marks or something, which was a live stream DVR archive on YouTube. I was just testing my microphone array by singing songs that I love. There were like, I don't know, 10, maybe 9 songs in there, and like 6 of them were by Try Hard Ninja, and some of them were by Alan Parsons Project. Yeah. And the thing is, you can basically make claims go away by submitting a dispute, but that only works if the claimant, aka the person who thinks they own the content, who is claiming your video, agrees with you. And this almost never happens, because who's going to say no to money, right? So they're obviously going to, reject as much as they can, theoretically, because, people who want money are fucking dicks. But some actually went through and agreed that, my video is fair use. But some, they went a completely different direction. Pretty much as opposite as you could get. Screenwave, who apparently handles the copyright stuff for all the Try Hard Ninja music. Try Hard Ninja is like a Minecraft parody artist, at least he was. He's a musical artist, and he's awesome. And apparently he uses Screenwave Media to deal with his copyright stuff, because it's kind of annoying to do that. Most artists, they pay someone else to do that. And Screenwave Media, they're kind of a controversial entity. They ruined the AVGN channel. A lot of you probably know who and what that is. Yeah, apparently they came in and ruined everything. I don't know how true that is, since I wasn't really a big watcher of that stuff. I don't really know what it was like before or after. All I know is people hate them for that reason most. But today, I have a new one. So I got a bunch of these claims because, I sing a bunch of songs. There's going to be a bunch of claims in there because the songs are there. They're not going to not claim the video. So I submit disputes on all of them. And of course, all of the Screenwave runs basically got rejected the next day. They got rejected overnight. It's like they took a look at it and then made the decision between, ooh, do we want money or do we not want money? And said, yes, we want more money. Instead of actually looking at the rules, looking at the content I made, looking at the content that was used, and tying all this together and coming to the correct conclusion. They did not do this. They instead instantly rejected all of the disputes. But usually, I don't stand for that, because when I think I'm right, I think I'm right. And in this case, to me, it's very clear that I am correct in this situation. So of course, I submitted an appeal, which is like the next step up. Of course, YouTube doesn't intervene in any way. Like, the only thing that's happening here is I am telling the people who want more money what I'm doing, and based on that, why they shouldn't have that money. And of course that's not going to get me anywhere, but that's the only option I have. Luckily, an appeal usually gets me another option once they reject it. I usually get the claimant's email address, so I can actually contact them directly, which, I don't know, maybe they legally have to respond to it, I don't know, but sometimes I'll just get ignored. Other times, I'll email the claimant and the video will have no, copyright at all, like the next day. When that happens, it's absolutely amazing, and it's happened a couple times. People have actually made an effort to follow the goddamn rules. The big players like UMG and SME, they tend to actually follow the rules if you tell them to. The problem is these little idiot companies that are run by mice that don't follow the rules. I mean, I'm surprised they even exist still because of how controversial and how annoying they are, and probably how many people they affect by doing what they're doing. So I was singing very loudly over the content. I have very obviously significantly transformed the content, which by YouTube standards typically means fair use, just like a YTP video would be. The problem is, YouTube doesn't really get involved in these, and the only people that would are the people that want more money, and they're always going to choose more money, especially if they don't really know what the hell they're doing or who they're dealing with. So I sent an email to them. This was about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago or so. I told them, hey, you're ignoring the law, do right by your customers, and, remove your claim from my video, because it is very obviously fair use. And eventually I got an email back, and they said I needed a license. Of course, that's completely false, nor was I going to pay for a license. I didn't need one. I do not need a license to use content under the fair use laws. So, of course, I told them as much, and I haven't gotten a response since then. But that was on a different video. But on the video that got taken down, I submitted an appeal because, the disputes didn't work. Of course they weren't going to. They probably just was like, oh yeah, money, 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 and then declined all of them. Instead, I submitted an appeal, which, as I said, usually gets them to take a closer look at what's actually happening and make an informed decision instead of just saying, yeah, we want more money, give me more money. So I did that. I submitted an appeal for one of the claims. Actually, I think two of the claims. I didn't want to do all of them. I kind of want to be careful, and it turns out that really paid off, because what happened next, I submitted that appeal I think yesterday or maybe early today, about an hour ago. I actually first saw this in my email. It came in and said they requested a removal takedown of your video, and I didn't know that could happen. I thought I would submit an appeal and it would just get denied, if anything, and then I would email them and we'd sort it out through email, or not. But as it turns out, they can just fuck you over. They can just bend you over a chair and fuck you in the ass as money rains on top of their heads. I don't think I'm gonna stand for that. So I stood myself up instead and said no. I went and searched for a copyright lawyer website thing, people who actually know what they're doing, hopefully. And I contacted them, I explained the situation, and I was like, yeah, we might want to give these guys incentive to actually pay attention to fair use laws, because they're clearly not doing it. I actually might want to sue Screenwave, because this is just not okay. You can't just ignore laws and expect it to be fine. That's how fly-by-night companies die. However, YouTube will thankfully get involved with the next option that I have, and that is to submit a counter notification, like about the claim, about the copyright thing that's happening, that took down my video, which is basically like a dispute or appeal, but you submit it after you have your video already taken down and you want it back up. So it's, again, another step up from a dispute or an appeal, and it's an actual legal thing. It kind of gets more legal as you go up the steps, because a dispute isn't really a legal thing. It's a content ID thing. It's all within YouTube itself. An appeal is still within YouTube, but it has certain other legal implications. But it's not fully legal. The copyright counter notification, that is legal shit. So yeah, I'm not exactly happy that I have to do this, but I am very certain that I am in the right here. And, I want them to see it and admit it. And if they don't play nice, I'll probably gather up hundreds of people who were wronged by them in the same way and, submit a group lawsuit or whatever the fuck it's called. Class action. Because I am extremely petty. I have chased people off the internet because they threatened to sue me over my profile picture. Okay, so imagine what I'm gonna do to someone who is threatening my channel. It's not a smart thing to do. But if for some reason I'm not in the right, please let me know, because I don't know for sure. I just very much think I am. So if this is somehow not fair use, and you know what the hell you're talking about, like if you're some 22-year-old like I am that doesn't really know what the fuck he's doing, don't bother contacting me. But if you for sure know this is not fair use, or you have additional information, or you're someone that was wronged by them, please contact me at xbcent.net@gmail.com. That is my business email. Do not contact me for anything else there. I will block you. Or you could just contact me on Discord, I guess. That's probably the best option. My Discord is iRedMC, all lowercase, and that's it. So yeah, I hope they actually follow the law this time and stop bullshitting people just to get more money. Or they might not exist next year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next live stream, short, or video, whatever that may be. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your evening.